Welcome. Today I'm joined by Hexatronic CEO Rikard Fröberg. Welcome.
Thank you, Fredrik.
You just released your numbers for the second quarter. What is your highlights from the report?
Yeah, so obviously overall it was a disappointing quarter, and it was the Fiber Solutions business area that had a weak result in the quarter. But we also had some positives elsewhere in the business, such as data center was growing at record levels again, and also the harsh environment business continues to move strongly, as well as we turned, as expected, cash flow positive in the quarter, and thereby we were able to maintain our net debt leverage.
I see. So let's start with the tougher question, so to speak. So, I mean, last week you released preliminary figures for this quarter due to a soft development within Fiber Solutions. And I would say that until this quarter, you have handled the softer market quite well. However, you and your peers have been slightly optimistic about the market, and there's also usually some kind of seasonal improvement in Q2. So could you help us understand why, despite that, you see a larger negative impact in this quarter compared to recently?
Yeah, you're right, Fredrik. It was a negative surprise also to us. We were, as we had guided, expecting that typical seasonality and the seasonal pickup to happen in the quarter, and it didn't. I think Fiber Solutions was impacted. There's three main drivers of the negative EBITDA development. One is simply volumes. We didn't get the volumes that we were expecting, and as a manufacturing business, that flows through to the bottom line. The second is price pressure. We've talked about that for a while. We continue to see price pressure. It's roughly, I would say, at the same level as prior months. But as we are comparing with a year ago, the prices a year ago were quite a bit higher. So year on year, it's a meaningful impact. And then thirdly is a bit of the mix as well. We had a particularly weak quarter in North America, which is unfortunate. This is the market where we want to grow. We didn't see that in the quarter, and it's also the market that has healthier margins, traditionally higher price levels in North America. So it has a bigger impact when we have a weak quarter in North America.
I see. So let's talk about the long-term prospects within this division or segment. In conjunction with the preliminary numbers, you stated that you will pursue growth beyond the fiber to the home segment. What segments are we talking about? And is your mid-long-term fiber to the home outlook less optimistic now than previously?
So we are going to announce the details here in September. So I hope you tune in then, Fredrik, and we will present the details. So I'm not going to share anything right now that we haven't already shared. But obviously, the fiber to the home, if we start with that market, in Europe, it continues to be relatively tough market, and we do not expect that to turn around quickly. In North America, there are growth opportunities, and we are a quite small player. So we still see opportunities for us to take market share in fiber to the home in North America, in the US in particular. But beyond that, we also see that we have a need to further diversify the Fiber Solutions business. We are, in my opinion, quite dependent on the fiber to the home market, and especially the last mile, the homes connected and homes passed. And there's more business to be had elsewhere in this business area. As an example, we've already talked about previously the submarine cable business as a relatively small segment today, but one that is growing.
I see. So let's move on to the positive highlight of the quarter,
Yes.
Data center, and it was a strong Q1 as well. So could you tell us a bit what is driving the strong first half year, and also what's your expectations on the segment going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a strong market, and that helps, but we feel that we are positioned well in this market. We have expanded into some new services, and it's particularly on the service side. We have a strong offering, and we continue to take new projects. We had a few big projects in the quarter that helped a lot. And the expectation going forward, Fredrik, is we continue to see growth, strong growth, double-digit growth in this segment, but there's a seasonality effect here where typically the first half is always stronger than the second half. So it will not be at quite the same levels that we have seen in Q1 and Q2.
I see. So let's move on to the last segment, harsh environment. I mean, could you give us an update on the segment and also the ongoing efficiency measures in Rochester Cable?
Yes, the segment is doing quite well. We see fundamentals are positive here, particularly the defense industry and offshore energy are driving the segment. It is important to remember this is a highly project type business. So there will always be some variation quarter to quarter, but the underlying fundamentals are positive. And we continue to invest in Rochester. As you probably know, this was a carve-out business that was underinvested by a previous owner for many years. We continue to take small but steady steps towards higher profitability and better productivity in that business.
Thank you very much, Rikard.
Thank you, Fredrik.
Want to stay updated on the company? Click here to visit the company page and add it to your watch list. Add all your holdings to stay informed.